The Simpsons already predicted that there was going to be a massive blackout that's going to be happening all across the world.
We had no power and no prospects of getting any.
Millions of people have been hit by massive power cuts. Trains stopped, planes were grounded, and there was chaos on the road.
There is now a massive blackout that's happening all across the UK. From Spain to Portugal to France and Andorra, almost every part of the UK is now under complete blackout. There are no trains working, no metros, and hospitals are suffering from absolutely no power at all. As you can see from the footage, there is major havoc that's spreading all across, and the government of UK has already announced to their citizens that they need to start stacking up on food, medicines, as well as fuel, because they seem to have no idea on what actually caused this entire blackout, and they don't even know if the blackout is going to be coming back again, and they might never get to fix it at all for a very long time. Now, this is not just an issue that's happening in the UK. Now, if you look at one of these episodes from Simpsons, you'll actually see that there is a massive blackout that was already predicted. Now, if you're not familiar with what this cartoon Simpsons is, now this is a cartoon that is already predicted that Trump was going to be a president 2 times, and the same thing happened, and we even have videos that was literally side by side compared to what was already shown in Simpsons. And this episode was released many years before Trump even became the president. So whoever is in charge of this cartoon named Simpsons, they surely seems to be knowing what's going to be happening in the future. Maybe they might have some sort of a time machine, or maybe they are part of the fallen angels that probably already know what's coming up in the future. Now, what's interesting for all of the Christians is that this cartoon also has an episode where the massive rapture that also happens during the end times. Now, before you take a look at that episode, let's take a look at the blackout that's currently happening. Because as you can see in this episode, literally every place in the world just completely goes into blackout.
Why do people keep doing that?
Blackout dates.
The blackout? Great blackout. We had no power and no prospects of getting any.
Look at that stuff. Everything is like completely shut off. People watching.
What is it? What is it?
We'll
in the
never
stadium.
know. Don't worry, kids.
Even that's
the
closed
government
up.
will help. The government cannot help itself, let alone you. So to take your minds off your troubles, I propose some kind of games.
I mean, right now, the government is saying the same thing because they don't know what's going on and what caused the power, grid to completely go off. And there's like complete blackout all over the UK. This has never happened in the history. This is for the very first time we're seeing something like this. And they also mention something very interesting. And as you know, this episode was released many, many years before the TV show called Squid Games came to existence. And if you take a look at what this government official says, he actually mentions that people should start playing Hunger Games. Along with it, he also mentioned Squid Games, which is something that was recently just released. So it basically seems like they already knew that Squid Games was going to be a massive thing in the future. Take a look at this. I'm just going to go a little bit back so that you guys can hear what he's saying.
So to take your minds off your troubles, I propose some kind of games, either Hunger or Squid.
And obviously in one of the Simpsons movie, which was released back in 2007, where you can see that government actually has some sort of a secret technology, some sort of secret alien technology that they've been working on in secret inside Area 51. Or you can just say that it's some sort of a firmament that just gets built across a city where people can either go out or enter inside, and that's where the entire blackout takes place. Now, what's interesting is that when Trump became the president, and it was also in the same month, and it was also in the same month when he was supposed to be doing a speech in DC, Washington, and there was an Arctic blast, if you guys remember. There was hurricanes, there was Los Angeles fire, as well as Arctic blast where the temperatures went super low, and that is something that was already predicted in Simpsons.
It's an Arctic blast with a bomb cyclone and a chance of firenado.
Every single thing that was mentioned happened in the same period of time. Los Angeles was caught on fire, like the entire LA was completely burnt down, and we also had massive storm that hit Florida, Tampa Bay, and in Washington DC,
or as we in the news
we
business
had
call it,
a massive
an Arctic-onado.
Look at that. We also had an Arctic tornado, which basically just froze the entire Washington.
None of us call it that.
Look at this stuff.
Pipe down, Arnie. I'm selling hoodies.
Storm.
So that's basically what happened in real life as well. So it's very bizarre that for some reason this show seems to be knowing everything that's happening around the world. And currently, if you take a look at what's going on in the UK...
Across Spain and Portugal have been hit by massive power cuts. Trains stopped, planes were grounded, and there was chaos on the roads as traffic lights failed. Internet and mobile phone networks are down. Shops and businesses were plunged into darkness, and there's been panic buying. Well, it isn't yet clear what has caused the blackouts, but a cyber attack appears to have been ruled out.
So right now they've already cleared, and they think that the reason why the blackout happened is because of some sort of nature thing, and they're just blaming the nature. They're saying that something is wrong with the nature, and that's what's causing the blackout. But as of now, they still don't know the exact reason as to why it has happened. This could be a cyber attack. We never know. But then the scientists that have done some research, they're saying that it's just the shift in the air. It's because of nature, and it's basically affecting all of the power all across the UK. And this could eventually be happening even more on a larger scale in many different countries as well, as far as what the scientists have now predicted.
Tonight, it's not as dark as many had feared it could be, for this street in Madrid at least.
An hour and a half ago, the light's back, but there are certain neighbourhoods in Madrid that haven't done it. It's been a bit of a fearful day, but now it seems that all is over.
But earlier, this was the metro system in Porto. A similar picture in other big cities.
It seems like the only places where they have like solar like enabled, I mean, those are the only places which are still having powers because they're like just passing in the solar lines. But then how long is that even going to last for?
The outage hit Spain and Portugal, as well as parts of southern France this morning. This one, midway between Seville and Madrid.
Everyone's sort of been so nice, and like anytime anyone's got any food or water, they share it around everyone. So that's been really nice, just kind of that kind of community feeling.
For those
that
who
is
chose
also
to
what
drive,
was shown in Simpsons.
more misery. This is what happened as soon as the traffic lights stopped working. The centre of Madrid quickly grinding.
Look at the traffic that's been formed because of no signals working all across the UK. There is literally no signals working.
I don't understand anything. I just don't know who to turn to. My daughter's in Barcelona about to give birth. We're going to miss the train to get there and see her.
Oh, that's sad.
There were flight delays, cancellations and frustrations in both countries, though Lisbon Airport was the worst hit.
Currently expecting to have to stay in Lisbon overnight, but I have no idea if I can actually even book a hotel because...
Businesses shutting up shop, unable to keep the lights on or take cars. Spain's Prime Minister said all causes would be investigated as he asked people to only use their mobile phones responsibly.
Imagine how apocalyptic it should actually be looking. People in the bar?
Things may be starting to look a little more normal for some, but tonight the Spanish government says less than half of the country's energy demand has been recovered. Portugal's
where my journey to this place was really pretty much in the dark. Many lights are not on. You can see mainly police officers and flashing blue light.
And whilst all of this is happening, it seems like people are just rushing into supermarkets in Spain and they're just stacking up on as much food as possible. And that's because the government has already told that they need to stack up on all the things because there is going to be some sort of apocalypse or outage apocalypse that's coming up in the future, and it's going to be affecting a lot more. And also it seems like NATO has started giving out warnings that Vladimir Putin could spark worldwide blackouts. And obviously we know that NATO could be one of those bullshit lies that they're spreading out. I really don't think it's because of Putin. I just think that America has like all of these weird technologies, or it's either America or China, or this could be just the nature itself that's trying to tell us something, because in the end days and end times, these things are bound to happen.
Vladimir Putin could reportedly spark worldwide blackouts as NATO issues a chilling warning. The bosses of firms such as Vodafone and Orange have written an open letter to the UK, EU and NATO warning that defenceless undersea cables which carry essential data can easily be distorted or disrupted by Russia after a series of attacks. NATO believes the Kremlin could deploy a new weapon which would spark worldwide blackouts by sabotaging the undersea cables. Around 95% of the data transmitted across the world is carried on more than 500 cables that crisscross the seabed. In recent months, there have been a number of attacks already on the vital links. These attacks have been condemned by world leaders who blame them on Putin.
So they basically just blame everything on Putin. I mean, I'm sure the dude has no idea that everyone's blaming him for no reason. He hasn't done anything, and they just love blaming Putin, man, for some reason. It's just the Americans. And actually look at what their government has been saying so far.
Europe is getting ready for war, and it wants its citizens to prepare too. Brussels has issued guidelines for all 450 million Europeans. 450 million people across all 27 member states. Every household has been asked to maintain a survival kit. To stock up on things like bottled water, canned food, a torch, and basic supplies like toilet paper. This stock should last for at least 3 days. That is the instruction.
For 3 days. So it seems like they're going to have like massive blackout for like 3 days at least. So that's like a minimum. And that's because they're getting ready for war at this point, because there is a massive war that's coming up. And I think it already started because India and Pakistan, the situation in both of these countries, it's gone to a major position as of now. And as far as what I've been seeing, it seems like the war has already begun. And the countries that are getting involved in this war is Russia and Israel and America and all of Europe. So all of these different countries are getting involved in this war. And also China says that they might most probably be supporting Pakistan. So this could eventually end up becoming one of those scariest wars that we really don't want to see. But then it eventually seems like it has already begun, because just a couple hours ago, and I'm talking about hours, it just literally happened, and it's also trending on Twitter right now as we speak, because it seems as though Pakistan has been currently attacked. And take a look at this stuff. 40 Pakistan soldiers were eliminated just a couple hours ago by Balochanist Liberation Army, which is BLA, and they have claimed responsibility for the attack. And just take a look at this attack that they've just done. They basically blew up, and they claimed that it was 40 soldiers that were dead in this bomb that just was dropped a couple hours ago. And we have just got some updates coming in from India-Pakistan war right now, and it seems like war updates, 70 plus Pakistani Rangers were butchered by Indian army with 0 casualties reported from India's side. And their S-400 jets have destroyed their F-16s like sausage, and Indian Air Force hasn't even started yet. Pakistan is going to be doing another press conference at 3 a.m. apparently, and it seems like it's going to be affecting a lot more people. Now, some people claim that it was 102 Pakistani soldiers that were killed overnight in this new bombing that they just did. And this could involve all different nations, due to which Europe has already mentioned to their citizens that they need to prepare, because this war is going to be escalating to a whole new level. And since US is getting involved, and it seems like the Prime Minister of India has just announced that the Indian army has the full permission to start attacking Pakistan as they wish. So this was like a barricade that was lifted off the soldiers of India. So now it seems like the fleets of ships and air force and army is now going to enter inside the border, and there's probably going to be massive casualties coming out of this war that's happening right now. And I really think that it's probably going to be another Israel-Gaza situation, and that's because Pakistan, they kind of just breed a lot of terrorists. So they just got inside of India, they started shooting 30 people in an open field, and that's what caused this entire war. And if you recall back to what happened with Israel and Palestine, it was the same case where Palestinian people just entered into Israel, they shot out so many people in the concert, and that is what escalated the whole situation, where Netanyahu decided to basically just go in and destroy the entire nation. So that's probably what's happening here right now as well. So there is a lot of signs of there being a massive war happening, and now that we have America that's already entered the war with India, along with India, and Israel has already shipped in massive aircrafts and anti-missile system to India. And as we know, Israel already has this Iron Dome, which kind of just shoots down all the missiles. And it's supposed to be the #1 Iron Dome in the world. So this basically means that India probably has those technologies because Israel gave it to them. And America is also helping India because they want more production from India, because China has been a very tough competition to Americans. And now that they can build stuff in India because they have like pretty much the same population as well as technology, so making stuff in India is going to be much cheaper. And America needs India in order to do more production rather than going to China, because things are not good with China. So they're probably helping India as well. And we also have Russia, who is supposed to be like the best friends of India. So all of these countries involving in this massive war, it seems like the end times are actually here. And also, like I said, there was supposed to be a Rapture episode in the Simpsons cartoon show where it seems like Jesus is going to be coming back and he's going to take only his followers before the entire war happens. So there is supposed to be a massive war and a lot of different natural calamities that's going to be affecting the world. And since this show is something that's already been predicting the future, it's also predicted the rapture. Just take a look at this episode. It's extremely interesting.
Leave your body.
Oh, Mr. Thompson. What if your wife finds out?
It's modern times. Everyone's doing it.
So they've been cheating their wife and her husband.
Where did my Christian limo
So that's basically a sin, right?
My pious husband is missing.
The baby I chose to have baptized is gone. Mr. Thompson, what's happening?
So basically, as we know, the Bible already says everyone that followed Jesus and they were staying away from sins will be the ones that will actually disappear as they are, and everyone's gonna notice them disappearing. And that's basically what's happening in this episode as well.
The rapture. The virtuous have gone to heaven and the rest of us have been left below. We must suffer through the apocalypse.
I thought all religions were a path to God. I was wrong.
So it seems like all the different religions are also going to be left out.
Why did I put my faith in science and technology?
Oh, why did I
those are the
choose
atheists.
to be gay?
Oh my lord, that's the funniest one. Look at this one. So obviously we know homosexual is a sin according to God.
Choose to be gay.
That's crazy. So this is basically what happens in the Simpsons episode where there is supposed to be a rapture. And as we know, all the things that's been happening so far has already been predicted in Simpsons. And it seems like the rapture could also be another event. We never know. So maybe it's the devil that's making the show, or maybe it's the angels. We don't know. They're just giving us all the indications where we can basically learn and see things that's going to be happening. And it seems like the Simpsons were usually 100% predicting everything that happened so far. And this is one of the massive predictions that they made in terms of Rapture. Now, honestly, I would love to hear from you guys. What do you have to say about everything that we have discussed in this video? Please go ahead, share this video, whoever you want to share it with, because it's a very interesting topic. And I think many people should know about the Rapture as well as the end times. And it's time to get prepared because there are crazy things happening in the world as of now. And I don't think that there has ever been any generation in the world until now that has seen all of these crazy things that's happening around, because we have natural disasters that's going on around the world. We have a guy who's just claiming that he's the Antichrist, and then we have crazy presidents and wars that's happening as well. And also all the prophecies are actually coming true. Can you believe it? Every single prophecy of the end times is now coming true. So it definitely seems like we are heading towards the end times, or we already are. We are probably going through the end times right now. So honestly, this video is going to be eye-opener for so many guys. So if you could go ahead and share it, drop a like on this video, and also comment, because that's going to boost the algorithm and it's going to make this video get spread over to more people. So the more people could watch it, get to know about the truth, get to know about Rapture and the things that's coming up. So your support is greatly appreciated. Now, if you guys did go on and enjoy this video, please consider going ahead and subscribing to the channel and turning the notifications on so you can always stay updated with every single content that I keep you guys updated with, daily affairs, prophecies, and biblical stuff that you need to know, as well as archaeological evidence that's going to be proving the existence of God. And at the same time, I also review a lot of video games. That's like the main jam of this channel. So if you are interested in all of that stuff, because there is crazy mixture of content and there are different types of people that are subscribed, everyone is going to be getting what they deserve. So hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Until then, take it easy, fams, and goodbye.